Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Mikey Talks Pistons here for my first ever YouTube video. So just a little bit about me. I am 16 years old. I'm currently a sophomore in high school, and I am a diehard Pistons fan. I have been on Twitter for a couple years now, but I just now started really focusing in on the Pistons. So I do some deep dives into stuff there. My name on there is Mikey/Crimmy. Today I'm just going to be talking about the trade deadline and some thoughts I have on the team. So yesterday was obviously the NBA trade deadline, and the Pistons were one of the more active teams, if not the most active team at the deadline. The Pistons made four separate moves, starting off with one that I really liked. We traded for Simone Fontecchio, my bad. And I'm really happy with that move. I think he is just the perfect fit right next to Caden Ivey. I don't know who we could have got that would have been better than him. I know some people are complaining like Procida has potential, he's better and he's much younger. We don't know anything about Procida. So yeah, he's played great in his league, the Euro League, but we know nothing about him in the NBA. Simone is someone who's proven himself this year in the NBA. He's a great shooter, he has good size for a wing, and he's a great defender. And taking out Knox and Procida and a second round pick, that makes our team way better. Knox could drop a lot of points. He was a pretty good shooter, kind of streaky. He had his off nights, he had his on nights, but he was a pretty good shooter. Knox on the defensive end, though, would give up how many points he scored times 4. Knox was an atrocious defender. It got hard to watch sometimes, and though I really like him, I think he was a really fun player to watch when he was playing well. I'm much happier with Simone as I feel he fits perfectly into exactly what this team needs. So the second trade we made was trading Monte Morris to the Timberwolves in return for Troy Brown Jr., Shake Milton, and a second round pick. So this second round pick is from 2030. So I'm going to say more than likely that pick will be included in a future deal. I don't anticipate us to make that pick because I think by that time we will, fingers crossed, we will be contenders. And once you get to the contender status, all your picks you have, you try and just bargain with them, like the Knicks did, which we'll get to the Knicks deadline with us next trade actually. And I like this trade a lot because Monte, obviously from Detroit, seemed like a great guy. He was excited to be here, so I'm really sad it couldn't work out for him. But he only played a couple of games for us, and in those games he did not look great. He was a negative on defense, and we were running iso ball with him, which obviously that's not his fault, but that's not the type of player he was. So I am much happier with having Sasser take over his minutes because I think Sasser has great potential in this league, and I think he's going to be really good. And on top of that, Troy Brown Jr. is going to be a perfect complementary piece. He's a wing. He's had some great shooting seasons in his career. He has decent size, and I think that he's going to be a decent contributor. I think we'll see about 15 to 20 minutes per game. Maybe not 20, 15 minutes per game for him. I could see him having some great nights, some off nights, obviously. But again, as I just said with the Knox trade, he's not a bad defender. He's not a bad defender, and that's what we need. This team's biggest problem now is defense. We have the guys who can score. Our defense is very bad. So I'm not mad about this move at all. It's a little move, of course, but I'm happy with that move. The third trade the Pistons did was taking in Daniel House Jr. and a second-round pick, just for a second-round pick that will not convey. Unless we are either in the semis or in the championship, that pick will not convey. So again, this was just a salary dump. We cut him right after, so we netted a second round pick so that the 76ers could create a traded player exception. So again, nothing really to write home about here. Trade number 4 is the biggest trade of them all. We traded Bojan and Alec Burks for Quentin Grimes, Ryan Arcidiacono, Evan Fournier, and 2 second round picks. So obviously I know some people are upset that we only got second round picks and we didn't get a first round pick. I'm not, personally, because I think Quentin Grimes and those 2 seconds are way more valuable than any first round pick we would have got. I think Grimes is the prototypical shooting guard or wing that we could have on this team next to Cade. last year, a lot of people forget, he is one of the reasons the Knicks made that run towards the end of the season. When they placed him in the starting lineup, they started playing much better. And we reunite him with Sasser, Houston boys. I think that is a great trade. Obviously, we're going to miss Burks and Bojan scoring, but both of them were not good defenders at all, and Grimes brings something to the defense that we all wish Killian Hayes would have done. Okay, my final thoughts. I think this Pistons roster actually makes sense now. I think at the beginning of the year, we were just watching a bunch of misfits running together. I think it's a totally different scenario now. I think Killian Hayes got waived. I was a huge Killian fan back in the day. That ship has sailed far, far away. And I don't know, no team's picked him up as of now. I don't know if he's going to be playing overseas. I assume, for his sake, that he will get another NBA job, and I hope that. But you never know with these guys. I just think I think someone's going to give him the job. And I personally think we got wings, we got defenders, we got shooters. Those are the type of guys you want to pair with our core 4, maybe even throw Sasser in there, make it 5. Last night was just a perfect example of what this core 5 is capable of. If you guys watched the Trailblazers game, we ran with the lineup of Cade, Ivy, Sasser, Asar, and Duren. And those 5 killed it, absolutely killed it. And I truly think that those 5 people are our future. I think Grimes is going to come in there, and he's going to be the 6th. And those are 6 great guys that we can build off of, make our core, and hopefully we can get some good vets around them. I hope Simone Fontecchio takes over and does great. But I think those 6 players right there are the future of this Pistons team. And if we can get a GM, whether it's Troy Weaver or not, who knows how to build around these guys with defensive-minded shooters. So people, 3-and-D wings, if you want to call them that, what Isaiah Livers claimed he was. That's exactly what this team needs. And I think if we get that right, I know it's been said for a while, we've been rebuilding forever. I think we have the foundation, finally, to be a winning team. Okay, I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I promise the content will get a lot smoother in the future. Hopefully we'll get some stuff in the background here. And if you watched all the way here, I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.